Respect is not given once and forever. It is not secured by loud words, wealth, or a brief display of strength. Respect is the quiet recognition that you live with discipline, integrity, and consistency. As the Stoics taught, a man's true worth is measured not by what he proclaims, but by what he practices daily. Yet many of us unconsciously cultivate habits that slowly erode this foundation. Below are 8 habits that, if left unchecked, will destroy your respect in the eyes of others, and more importantly, in your own eyes. 1. Seeking validation constantly. The man who begs for approval has already surrendered his dignity. When you are driven by the opinions of others, you chain yourself to their fleeting moods. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, "It is not what they say that matters, but what you do." To constantly seek validation is to admit that your own judgment is not enough. Respect cannot grow in such weakness. 2. Breaking your own word. A promise, even to yourself, is sacred. When you say you will do something and fail to act, you fracture your own spirit. The Stoics held that integrity is not negotiable. It is the essence of character. To break your word repeatedly is to announce that you cannot be trusted, neither by others nor by yourself. No man who is inconsistent can hold true respect. 3. Indulging in complaints and excuses. Every complaint reveals a lack of control. Every excuse hides an unwillingness to face responsibility. Epictetus taught that what happens to you is beyond your power, but how you respond is always yours. By living in complaint, you demonstrate weakness. By making excuses, you show cowardice. Respect belongs only to the man who accepts responsibility without protest. 4. Chasing pleasures without restraint. A life given over to indulgence becomes slavery. Whether it is lust, food, entertainment, or distraction, the man who cannot govern himself is not free. Seneca warned that pleasures, when uncontrolled, lead to ruin. A respected man knows moderation. He uses pleasure as a servant, never as a master. Without restraint, your character dissolves, and with it, respect. 5. Speaking more than acting. Words are easy, deeds are rare. The man who constantly talks about what he will do, but never acts, soon becomes hollow. The Stoic way is action. Let your words be few, your deeds abundant. Those who respect you do so not for promises, but for results. Silence, followed by disciplined action, commands far more respect than endless chatter. 6. Reacting in anger and impulse. The man who cannot master his temper is mastered by it. Anger, rashness, and impulsive reactions show weakness of soul. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." To lose yourself in anger is to hand your power to others. True respect belongs to the man who remains calm in chaos, who responds with reason, not fury. 7. Neglecting discipline in small things. Respect is not destroyed in a single grand failure, but in the quiet erosion of small disciplines. Sleeping too much, skipping duties, ignoring order. These seem minor, but they corrode the soul. Discipline is unity of mind and action. Without it, you decay. A man respected by others is first respected by himself. and self-respect grows only from consistency in the smallest of habits. 8. Living for others, instead of living by principle. To live only for the approval of others is to live without a center. A Stoic lives by principle, by reason, by his chosen path. When you shape your life to please the crowd, you betray your essence. Respect is born when a man stands firm, even if alone, because he serves truth, not popularity. The crowd may turn, but the man of principle endures. The Stoic lesson. Respect is not something you demand, nor something you purchase. It is cultivated by the daily practice of virtue, by the elimination of weak habits, by the refusal to betray yourself. When you abandon these 8 destructive patterns, you will find that respect naturally follows. For the Stoics, true honor was never in the applause of the masses, but in the alignment of soul and action. Therefore, discipline yourself. Guard your word. Master your impulses. Live not for the fleeting opinions of others, but for the eternal standard of reason and virtue. In this way, you will not only earn respect, you will embody it